One way to add excitement to your courses is to animate objects on your slides. And there's a new animation here in Storyline 2 that you might be familiar with if you're using newer versions of PowerPoint. It's the ability to animate an object on a path, and you can create your own custom motion paths. And that's exactly what we're going to do with an object. All you have to do first is select the object that you want to animate. For example, it could be a pie chart like I have here on this Employees by Facility slide. Next, to animate, we go to the Animations tab on the ribbon, and here's where you're going to see Motion Paths. When we click the drop-down to add a motion path, you'll notice the basic and shape options, but there's also custom motion paths that you can create yourself by clicking and dragging your mouse across the screen. So just before I select one of these, I'm going to click in the background here, and I'm going to zoom out. So I'm going to go to View here, click Zoom, and I'm going to zoom out to 33%. That way I can see the background here. I can animate things to appear on a slide so that as if they're coming off the slide. So my object's still selected. I'll go back to Animations now, click the drop down to add a motion path and create a freeform path. All right, all I have to do now is start clicking and dragging to create the path. So my object's selected. I want it to actually start out here. So I'm going to click and drag from out here as if it's bouncing in, like so. And that's where I want it to end. So I'll double click there, and you can see it created the motion path. Now, it does show it ending way out here off the slide, but this is an object that you can see the four-sided arrow when you move along the outside of the border that can be clicked and dragged into position. That's where I really want it to start, the green arrow and the red arrow over here on the slide. Now, some things happen by default. First of all, there is a trigger that's set up. It's going to happen automatically when the slide appears. Okay, that's great, actually. That's exactly what I want. The duration is set to 2 seconds. That's pretty quick. We can bump that up using the arrows, or you can come in here, click and drag over whatever's there, and type in a value. How about 4 seconds, and enter. And there are some path options to consider as well. We can change the freeform from here. You can see the origin is going to be locked or unlocked, or movable in this case. That's fine. But over here where we see the direction, as you hover over that, you can see no direction, coming in, moving out, or in and out are options. Now we've selected a custom path that's going to be bouncing in, so none of these are very useful to us. But if we go to speed, well, here's where we can slow it down or speed it up. We can go to very fast. Medium is the default. I'm going to go to slow so we can really see this happening. And back to motion path options here, you can see relative start point is something, and reverse path direction is another option. So if we wanted this to bounce out instead of in reverse, this could be something we could copy and then just choose the reverse. So at the end of the slide, after it's bounced in, it bounces out. All right, let's see what this looks like by previewing just this slide. From the preview dropdown, I'm selecting just this slide. And the trigger is to automatically happen when the slide appears. You can see it coming in from off the slide and into position nicely with that bounce. I'm clicking Close Preview to go back to working on the slide. I'm going to change my view now by clicking the View tab to zoom back in to fit the window. So Fit to Window brings me back. And that's a quick look at a new animation feature here in Storyline 2 that allows you to animate objects on a path, including custom paths.